Tia Mowry's at it again. We all know her well-publicized divorce from her husband, Corey Hardrict. When she was going online, talking about marriage is a graduation, and she thanks Corey for giving her two beautiful children. And she would go to social media and talk to anybody who would listen. Every other minute, she pissing out her eyes, crying about this and crying about that. And, she's saying all these slogans about being alone. And this woman is, to me, is like on the borderline of a mental health crisis. We know that her and her sister now is estranged from each other. But what's coming out is we're finding out now that she was doing all of this to try to get a show on was it Lifetime or Oxygen or whatever, one of them damn shows that women watch. But she was trying to get a show where she can highlight her life, and a lot of women are now starting to turn on her. A lot of women are starting to get over the grift. They're tired of hearing this Tia Mowry foolishness, her crying every other day, and they're asking questions like, "Well, damn, you said all this about your husband, but your husband never said anything bad back about you." Corey took a lot of the stuff on the chin. He stayed in the cut for like a whole year. He didn't say anything. And then he came out, he went on to a show and he talked about how he cried at night, how he was hurt. Family to him was everything. And a lot of sisters was really coming for his neck, was really coming at him. And they was trying to find holes where they could poke at him. They was really trying to get at Corey and saying that she was taking care of him and he was a bum. But then they started to see, when he came out and started to speak up for himself, then he got, he met up with Tyler Perry and he was put in the movie. And then he signed the deal to get us some big money to get more movie roles. A lot of the women started to turn on Tia Mowry. So let's look at the thought process of some of these women and we'll come right back.
Even though I don't want to be with him anymore, there is a part of me that wants him to still want to be with me. And when I kind of think about like what gets me upset or why am I so sad about certain things, of him wanting to also go through with the divorce, if I don't want to be with him. My problem is not that I don't value myself or I don't have self-love. I think if I didn't, I would continue to be in this relationship. And I feel like this found awareness of myself and the self-love has brought me to this point of wanting to get the divorce and move on and find someone or many someones that fulfill me, more.
Sound like that man about to be free, and you can go out to the streets and find those many someones you want to find.
So like I told you guys, she was grifting the community the whole time. She has like I told y'all, this Lifetime channel show coming out on Lifetime with this guy's like they doing a lot of cooking and stuff like that. But then she has another reality show where she's talking about her divorce, she's talking about her children, but she used basically disrespecting her husband without saying his name to get a show. She's on doing a lot of commercial ads for it's just a whole bunch of foolishness. And I think that she's kind of salty now because Corey, he's doing well for himself now. He's in the money. And she's on Instagram just saying crazy stuff, every other minute. Now she's posting stuff like this. For a long time, I confused being alone with loneliness. But I've come to realize that loneliness and solitude are two very different things. Solitude is not a punishment, it's a gift. Sitting in solitude is where the magic happens. It's in those quiet moments that you hear your inner whispers and discover the peace within yourself. I'm learning to truly love my own company. And this journey has been powerful. And she's saying this kind of stuff online, man, to lure people in because she want people to come. She want people to come watch her show. So she has, Tia Mowry says she hid the reality of her marriage to Corey Hardrict until now. So Tia Mowry says she hid the reality. So she hid the reality show that she had premiered October 4th. Up until now. So she used him as cannon fire. So now a lot of the women are upset. They heard this, and this one woman, Vanessa, said her mind has been imprisoned by the movement. She's low key saying he's not a man. The comments about giving him a hug and not serving a man gives it away. No physical or emotional abuse, no infidelity, no financial hardship. This man has been active in Hollywood receiving checks. The checks just haven't been as large as she would prefer. He has never said one negative word publicly about her, but she keeps putting shots across the bow. I wish him the very best, and for her, whatever she has coming. So a lot of the sisterhood is starting to turn on her. They starting to get tired of her stuff, man. But there was another sister that we dug up and we found that she thought she was too big. She got too big for her britches, and she disrespected her husband. And this ended up happening. Check this out.
Hey, peace. What's up? All right. I divorced my husband. Why did I divorce my husband? I divorced my husband because I was making a certain amount of money. I divorced my husband because I thought I didn't need him anymore. I divorced my husband because I had this senior position at work and thought I held the same position at home. I divorced my husband because I thought I was better than him because I had my degree now. I divorced my husband because I thought a successful marriage meant I was here and he was down here. That is not success. That's sickness. I found myself divorced and out there looking for love in all the wrong places. This one and that one and that one and that one and this one and that one. And my body count going up and my value going down. I'm just going to call it like a TI is. All the while, my husband done found somebody else building a relationship and building a life with them.
And, that was another woman that thought she was better than her husband. She got some form of success, and it went to her head, and she stopped being evenly yoked with her husband, and she thought she arrived. So she left her husband, and now she's sitting alone regretting it because the dog even left her. The dog didn't want to sit there with her either. The dog left with the husband. But a lot of women, the sisterhood has now turned on Tia Mowry. This woman, Jennifer, said, so the message should be loud and clear now to Corey. When you see her on the red carpet, don't acknowledge her or make any eye contact because she is milking that 2 seconds high and hug as if it was the worst thing that could ever happen to her. Once again, I thought it was a gag order in their divorce settlement that they can't say anything disparaging about their marriage or each other. Shouldn't Corey's lawyers be enforcing that agreement? Man, this thing gets real crazy. Then another woman says, Latrice says, it seems to me that she is still hurting, but I just wish she would stop. Now she's going to speak about it on her reality show. Goodness, wish them both a lifetime of happiness, whether they get back together or not. And then Solo said, I didn't hear anything about what he was doing wrong, teaching her kids how to quit something that's hard and less than too many kids get these days. Man, this thing is crazy. Then Mama D said, I get so tired of all this living their truth stuff from celebrities. Such an overused phrase. If she was so unhappy with him for all this time, you mean to tell me she didn't realize this in the 22 years they were together? She was always gushing about how much she loved him. And now all of a sudden she wants to live her truth? Just say that you wanted a reality show where you could dress like she has been super short dresses, tight clothes, and everything showing, the heavy makeup, etc. She wanted to be single again. So just say that. Now her kids can see her trying to date a whole bunch of men, partying with girls, etc. Yeah, that's what your kids want to. That's what your kids want to follow, and that's what I'm saying. Like Mama D, and then there was another woman said, "I'm tired of watching the first." I tried watching the first episode of her reality show, and I just can't stomach it. She made the breakup public and continues to do so. If you don't want the public opinion, keep your life private. There have been plenty of people in the public sphere that have kept things private. Man, listen, the sisterhood has now turned on her because they tired of her shenanigans. I think Tia needs to keep her divorce as quiet as she kept the marriage. you do have children to think about what you say and do. You both chose each other. Now you've chosen to part. We, the public, don't need to know, the add ifs and buts, nor do we care. Man, this thing, these people is crazy. And then Dee Dee said she should continue to hide her truth. Another Mai Tai said, I think that part of the reason this marriage didn't work out is how young they were when they met, and the discrepancies between the two of them. Tia had a major head start beginning as a child actress, and while they have both been supportive of each other's acting career over time, they must have realized they were incompatible and unhappy. It's better to let go of these relationships while you're still young in your 20s before you truly mature and want a compatible companion. Man, everybody speaking on this. Then Bossy C Lady said she seems bitter and he's not suffering like she thought he would. I don't recall this gentleman saying one negative thing since they announced the divorce. Let it go. Baby T is the problem. Her sister isn't even speaking to her. Man. Then the last person said, Kay said, funny how her ex has yet to say anything negative about her or their marriage problems, but yet she keeps him in her mouth. Talk about bitter. Just move on and live your life now, because I'm sure he's living his, not thinking about you. Man, listen, the sisterhood has officially turned on her because, and like I told you guys, first, they was jumping all over Corey, but they seen Corey wasn't saying anything back. He was just sitting back in the cut. And now when he came out and spoke, a lot of sisters can say, well, you know what, man, he could be like my brother, he could be like my dad, my uncle. Like women know that a lot of women ain't ish. They know it. So like I said, man, he stood on business and he didn't say anything. He know that was his ex-wife. They got children, and I think Tia is dealing with some form of mental health issues, man. She's definitely dealing with some mental health issues, and she's been in Hollywood for a long time, so she's trying to milk that situation, and even if she has to exploit her children and her husband, and that's just the way it is, man. And the women are seeing it now and they're calling it out. And she's getting exposed to the point where her sister doesn't even want to be bothered with this foolishness. But I'm gonna cut it short here. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV, leave your comments in the comment section. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time, peace.